What we're going to do at this time is we're going to analyze the Abraham Zapruder film in the JFK assassination. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up the frames from the Zapruder film. For the first 132 frames of the film, we are not going to see JFK's car, which we'll just go ahead and run through this right now. Okay, right here in frame 133 of the Zapruder film is when JFK's car is first being seen. Now what we're going to do is we're going to watch the reactions of the people in JFK's car. The reaction was on JFK and Governor Connally. And I'm going to show you all the shots that was taken that day. Okay. Okay, right around here in frame 224 is when the first shot was taken to JFK, and this is a shot to enter his back and exit his throat. How we can tell this is because as soon as JFK comes out from the side behind the sign, we'll start seeing his part of redness right here on the side of his face. Now what I want to do is try to zoom in just a little bit more, so we're trying to get it all in here, so we can watch reactions of the people in JFK's car. This is when the bullet was actually exiting. In frame 225 is when the bullet was actually exiting JFK's throat, because his hand starts coming up to his throat, as we see here. Now here, that was the first shot. The first shot came in right here. That's why we start seeing JFK's hands coming up. We see redness on the side of his face. The bullet already actually exit his throat in frame 225 right here. We see him bring his hands up to his throat. Now, as we see on this part here, there was another shot taken soon right after that first shot, because we'll see JFK's arm extended right here, his other hand down here. Now this is frame 228 of the Zapruder film. Now in 229 of the Zapruder film, there's an impact in the back of JFK's head that we can see, and we see there was a little bit of color change. Then we'll start seeing JFK's head being pushed into his hands as his shoulders and his arms come up at the same time. Watch. Right here is when he got shot in the back of the head. He's right here holding his throat, and all of a sudden he crunches up because he just got shot in the back of the head. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. We see a glow right here behind his head. That's actually blood being splattered out. We see the impact of the bullet right here in the back of JFK's head. So right here, he's normal with his hands up to his throat. Then in frame 229, when the bullet impacts the back of JFK's head, we see his shoulders rise up, his arms rise up at the same time. Then we see his face being pushed right into his hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here. Just got shot. See the reaction to JFK. Frame 228. His arms extended right here straight. His other hand's right here on here. His shoulders not raising up. Then when he got shot in the back of the head in frame 229, which I showed you the impact of the bullet, his shoulders raise up, his arms both raise up at the same time, and his head's being pushed into his hands. We see his head going down. Now, that was the second shot. Now we're going to watch Governor Connally. Governor Connally gets struck by a bullet from this third shot. Now we're going to see here All of a sudden now he's getting a reaction on his face right here. And we'll see him being pushed forward this way, backwards, as he's raising his side to the front. See? Governor Connolly just got shot in the side right here. That was the third shot. The first three shots happened where JFK was shot right here. Bullet was exiting his throat. Then here's his frame 228. And then he gets shot in the head. You see how his arms are being raised up. His shoulders being raised up at the same time. And his head's being pushed forward into his hands. That was the second shot. Third shot, you see Governor Connolly get struck right here. That's where we got a reaction in his face. Got struck by a bullet in the side. That was the first three shots. Now this shot here, this would be the fourth shot, which they claim was the second shot, but actually it was the fourth shot that was taken that day, where they claim JFK was shot from the front. He moved to the back and then to the left. So he fell to the back, then to the left, which is again wrong. When we watch the Zapruder film, which I'm going to show you right here, we will see JFK head explode, but it being pushed to the left, not back and then the left. He's being pushed back. He's being pushed to the left, and he falls back at the left at the same time because of the way Mrs. Kennedy is holding him here. Okay, we're coming up on it. Now this is frame 312. Now we see he just got struck in the head. Now he's gone to the left. See, he's going to the left. He's not going back, he's going to the left. See, he's being pushed to the left. He's not being pushed back and then to the left, he's going to the left. Mrs. Kennedy's being pushing her head down, while JFK is actually got shot in the left, and he's being pushed all the way to the left, as we see here. He's being pushed to the left. Not back and then to the left, he's being pushed to the left. And he's falling back at the same time. Now, that was the fourth shot. Fifth shot's coming up, where Governor Connolly is striking it back, because right now, if we see here, he's still looking to his right. Now, as he claimed he didn't get shot until he was turning to his left. He's still looking to his right. Now we're going to start seeing, after JFK was shot in the head, we're going to see Governor Connolly turning to his left. Now here's where the bullet's impacting to his back. We'll see it right here, which I'm going to zoom in. As we see here, this is the bullet impacting in the back of Governor Connolly. This is when the bullet struck him in the back as he was turning to his left, as he claimed. We see the impact of the bullet. So we're going to go back. Governor Connolly looking to his right. He's turning to his left. Bullet strikes him right here. We see impact. Now Governor Connolly is being pushed over to his left into his wife's lap. And as we see, which I want to point out here, as we see when we look at this film, in this frame here, this is where we'll see the blood right here on Governor Connolly's side. There's a bullet hole with blood around it right here. This is from the first time he got shot. But we see Governor Connolly being shot, pushed forward into his. He got pushed to his left into his wife's lap right after he got shot, as we see right here. Okay, now after that shot was taken, people didn't bother saying, well, that's all the shot was taking place and everything else. But actually, as I just showed you, there was 5 shots taken right there so far. There was actually another 6 shots taken, which I'm going to show you right here now. We think, here's Governor Connolly's already in his wife's lap. JFK's right here as Mrs. Kennedy's going in the back of the limo. Now, people didn't bother paying attention. Well, that's all the shots. There was no more shots, but actually there was another shot. Because we'll see right here, there's a manhole cover coming up, which we see right here. That's the manhole cover. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it over here. As we see here, there's nothing here. It's not been struck or anything else. Okay, and this is frame 400 of Zapruder film. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see right here a disturbance in frame 401, and then we're going to see a bullet flare, which is ricocheting off of the concrete, and we'll see the flash of that bullet ricocheting right off of it. Now it's being struck. A piece of the concrete flew up right here. Corner's disturbance. Piece of concrete falling up here. There is the bullet ricocheting. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back. As we see the bullet striking and ricocheting. Strike, ricochet, strike, ricochet, strike, ricochet. That is the 6th shot that is seen in the Zapruder film. And actually you can see the bullet striking the concrete here, the corner of the concrete, and the bullet right here is ricocheting off of it. That's why we got this glow right here. That is the bullet ricocheting off this concrete, as we see here. Now, there was another bullet that ricocheted here, which we won't see in this film, but we see in the much more film, where this bullet actually struck the steps right there, and the bullet ricochets up. But this is a 7th shot right here, because we see this right here. We see the bullet right here. That was ricocheted. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the grass area, which will be this grass area right here. Now, when we look at this film, right here in frame 413 of the Zapruder film, we see the first strike here. We see a high glow right here. Then we see another strike, which is another glow right here. Then the glow is gone. So when we watch this, we'll see 2 glows, which is a bullet, 2 bullets striking in this area right here, back to back. That is 2 bullets striking the grass area here. That would be the 8th and 9th shot right there. 8th, 9th shot. Then what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate right here on this street sign. That's a lamppost. There's a street sign here. We see nothing around in this area for anything to glow. But we will see a bullet ricochet off of this, which is only going to be on 1 frame. We'll see a bullet striking and ricocheting off at the same time. Watch. Frame 413, 414, 415, 416, 417. See? Here it is. Watch the strike. I want to hold my pencil right here so you can see the strike. See it? That's a bullet striking the street sign that's on the lamppost. The bullet ricocheted right off of it. This is why we're starting to see the motion of the people in the background dodging, because they was actually trying to get out of the way to line of fire. Because these are shots that was never accounted for, and no one's bothered paying attention to it. Like, okay, we got a strike to the concrete, bullet ricocheting off of it. See it? Then this is the bullet that ricocheted off the steps where the 3 gentlemen was, we see in the Mormon photo. Then we got the 2 strikes of bullets here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. And 2 bullets striking there. And then we got the bullet striking here on the lamppost. That is the 10th shot right here, the bullet striking the lamppost. We cannot see the curb shot, which we all know there was a curb shot because a piece of the concrete hit a pedestrian. But when we're watching this film, we're watching at normal speed, it's hard to pick up on these things unless you study frame by frame, unless you know what section you're looking at. And after you spot these shots that was taken, then when you watch it into the film, you can understand, well, yeah, now I see what you was talking about, or when he was talking about the film. Just like a reaction also gives us more details on what happened that day when JFK was shot. First shot, got struck in the back. His hand's starting to come up. We see blood on his face because the bullet just exited his throat. We see his arms coming up right here. And then here's frame 228 of Zapruder film. And we'll see his arms just straight here. His one arm's down here. And then when he gets struck in the back of the head by the second shot, we'll see his arms raise up on both sides. Shoulders raise up. And his head's being pushed forward into his hands. Watch. See his head moving? Being pushed forward into his hands. That's the second shot. Governor Connolly being shot in the side right here. Boom. That's why he's got a bad look on his face where he was just shot in the side. We'll watch it this way. Then he's looking to his right. Remember, he wasn't getting shot until he was turning to his left. And as we watch the film, as we go along, JFK was shot in the side, right side of the head. We see his head pushing to the left, not back and to the left, it's to the left, because the shot came from the Pentagon right there, shelter number 3, where the gunman that I found. And we see JFK's head being pushed to the left, not back and to the left, not forward. He's being pushed straight to the left, as we see here. I'm showing right here, that's to the left, it's not to the right, he's going to the left. Governor Connolly being shot right here. We'll see Governor Connolly turning to his left. He gets shot. Now after he got shot, he's being pushed right into his wife's lap. See? And as we go along, like I said, we'll start seeing people jumping around, moving around. Now we're going to move the camera back this way, here. Now we're going to see the concrete being struck right here and a bullet ricocheting right off of it. See it? When you got in motion, when you got the camera in motion and you're filming it, he's catching all the details of shots and everything else. That's why we have a shot here striking and then off, striking, and it comes back off. See? The bullet's ricocheting right off of the concrete. You see the disturbance first and then the bullet. Disturbance first, bullet. Disturbance, bullet. Disturbance, bullet. 2 shots in the grass area. Right here. Strike 1, strike 2. Strike 1, strike 2. And then the bullet right here across the street sign. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go forward with this camera here. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes. If so, we're going to go all the way back. And I want to try to go as close as I can where you can see all the reactions up close, because the only reason why I'm not blowing it up or anything else, I'm giving you full frames up close of what we can see without adding anything to it. JFK, as we see there, he's got red on his face. He just got shot in the back of the head right there. See how his arms and his shoulders are coming up after that shot? He's clenched up right there. That's from the shot entering the back of JFK's head. Now his head's being pushed forward into his hands. Now we're going to concentrate on Governor Connolly as we see him turning. All of a sudden he's going to get a disturbance on his face. He's being pushed. The top of his head is going towards the back, as his waist and his hip is going to the front of the car, to the front seat. See how he's moving? Because he just got shot in the side. Now we're going to go ahead. Okay, now we're getting ready for it. Now he's going to the left. See how Kennedy's head's going to the left? He's not being pushed back, he's going to the left. See? He's going to the left. He's not going back and then to the left, back to the left. No, he's actually going to the left. Shot to the left, see? He's getting shot. He's being shot from the right, he's going to the left. Because we can see that by his arm even raising up at the same time. Now Governor Connolly again. He just got shot in the back. Right there is the impact. That's the impact. See the bullet impacting in his back? Concentrate on this area right here, and we'll see that bullet impacting in his back. See it? and then he's being pushed into his wife's lap as he's bending over. Now we're going to concentrate on, there it is. Now we're going to concentrate just on that. There it is. There's a disturbance right there. I'm trying to keep my hand steady if I can. There's a disturbance. There's the bullet ricocheting off of it. See? Normal, disturbance, bullet. Normal, disturbance, bullet. Ricocheting right off of there. See it? Now it's the bullet, like I said, was ricocheting off the steps. Then we're going to look in the grass area. There's one strike. There's a second strike. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring it up here. There's the first strike. There's the second strike. 2 strikes in the film that's actually going in the grass area. 2 bullets striking right there. Now we're going to watch the street sign. That's the bullet striking the street sign right now. See? Boom. Bullet ricocheting right off that street sign. That's on the lamppost. Let's see. There was 10 shots that I showed you that Zapruder film does hold. These shots cannot be seen if you're just watching a film and you don't know what section you're looking at. That's why I analyze all the Zapruder film. I analyze all the frames, as we see here. Here's frame 001 of Zapruder film all the way down to frame 486. And that's what I use. When I analyze this film, I went frame by frame. When I analyze these frames, I went frame by frame, zooming in on them. And I went over each section of the frame itself when I analyzed this film. And when I found these shots and I put it in motion, it explains a lot more when you see the reactions of the people after you see the bullet striking. Then you see the reactions right after the bullet struck Kennedy, after the bullet struck Governor Connally, and when the bullet strikes the concrete of the manhole cover, and the bullet striking the street sign that's on the lamppost. These reactions that you get. And like I said, each shot that I have found in this Zapruder film. There is more evidence to back up these shots, like we know about the 2 shots of JFK's head, which we know by the autopsy photos. He has a bullet hole in his back, in the back of his head. That's the bullet hole that we see that struck JFK in the back of the head. That's in frame 229 of Zapruder film when he got shot there. And then his second shot was at close range, as we see here. First shot to the back of his head happened in this location here. Second shot came from this location straight here, right across. That's why his head exploded, because from the first shot, JFK's head was, his skull was cracked from after the first shot. And then when the second shot, not only was at close range, but his skull was already cracked. That's why his head exploded, like we see in the film. There's explanations to everything if you actually take time and study it. That's why I said when I studied the film, I watched the reactions when JFK was shot in the head in frame 229. And we'll see his arms jump up, his shoulders jump up, his head being pushed forward into his hands. And like I said, there's more evidence out there to back up what I found. And that is the Zapruder film. The analyzing of the Zapruder film. I just analyzed in front of you. That if we watch the film in slow motion as we see here, and we watch the reactions of the people in the film, we can actually get a lot more details on actually what happened that day, how many shots was actually taken. If we watch the film, if we can actually pinpoint each shot, then we know what happened. And that's what I did. I pinpoint each shot that was taken. The first shot, frame 224, the Zapruder film, because then the next time we see blood on JFK's face and his hands coming up, bullet exited already his throat. And then right after that, frame 229, that's 4 frames later, he gets shot in the back of the head. And the Zapruder film does show that. Thank you.